Hi guys, good good evening. Hi guys, good evening. How you doing? How has your day been? Just waiting to have a few people join us before we kick off. Let's see. Hi, welcome guys. Welcome. All right. So sad because we're still in talks with Instagram in terms of restoring our old page. Not even sure what's wrong with them. So we'll be going back and forth, and it's not been an easy 2 3 weeks um, with our old page, not us not being able to access our old page, and Instagram not coming up with anything reasonable why we can't access that old page. But anyway, for now we're here using our backup page until they decide, what they are going to do in a couple of weeks. So yes, no worries. Howbeit, we would keep going. So please, if you know anybody who needs to join this live, um, tag them so they can join us here and listen in. Um, KG1 says, I signed up and I am starting on Saturday. Fantastic. Fantastic. You'll be happy you did. You'll be glad you did. All right. You'll be glad you did. So if you know anyone who needs to join, please tag them, so they can join this live, share this live on your wall so they can actually, so others who perhaps haven't found us can find us. Today we're going to be talking about how to write a good CV. CV is a big deal, very, very big deal. Because when you apply for work, it is that CV that the recruiters will see first. Nobody will see you first, and nobody will speak for you. That CV is what will speak for you, and it is unbelievably simple to write a CV. It's very simple. It's not difficult, but the problem is that people are always scared of it. Whenever you hear CV, they're afraid. And I don't blame them because how can you write a CV, or how can you, let's say you want to apply for a project manager job or a business analysis job, how can you write a project manager CV when you have no idea what project managers do? How can you write a CV as a business analyst when you have no idea what business analysts do? So how can you present yourself to the employers on your CV when you don't have necessary skills that needs to go on that CV? Look, CV is not a place where you go and lie and make up stuff and hope that nobody would notice. No, you're just doing yourself harm. Because if I pick up your CV and I look at your CV and I think, this person is really good, amazing person, and then I call you and I don't get that same vibe, look, I won't even progress with you. So a lot of people shoot themselves in the foot even before they start. They will go say, "Oh, I'm going to give it to a professional to write my CV," and they will make up all these lies and say things that they don't know. Put all this stuff on their CV, and then when they start applying for work, someone calls them, and the CV sounds like somebody who is an professional, amazing project manager, and then you call the person and it just sounds like one kind. I don't even know. Let me not say what I really want to say. The recruiter just gets discouraged. And if that happens a lot of times, they'll flag your CV and they'll start bypassing your CV, and you don't want that to happen. So it's important that your CV reflects the level of skill set that you have, all right, so that CV can be honest in the best possible way. It is possible. You don't only secure jobs with lies. Anyone who's told you that is not true. One thing about people is that people are used to, they think that the way to succeed is by making up stuff and telling lies, that without it you're not going to get ahead. All right, I'll give you an example. Someone wants a visa to, go to America or to England, and then you tell them, go and apply for the visa. Tell the truth on your application, do this and do that. They won't believe it too. If somebody tells them, you know what, I know somebody in there that can help you, connect you, and the person will just push it, that one they will believe. Definitely. That one they will go for. Because unless it is some kind of dodgy way, people believe that things that are dodgy are genuine. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. Yeah, they believe so because they don't see it in themselves. They don't see the ability in themselves to be able to get this thing without being dodgy. So they think that when somebody approaches them with a dodgy situation or with a dodgy or with some kind of a tricky backhand way, they believe it and they usually go for that. And that is how people get to miss this entire thing. All right, I'm going to talk to you about how to write a CV. All right, and then when you write you would see that it's not difficult to write a good CV where you would reflect the truth. All right, the truth. All right, and that truth will be enough to help you secure a job if you have necessary skills. Remember, you cannot build on nothing. You have to have something to build on first of all. If there is nothing, then you can't build on nothing. Even we can't help you. The best CV cannot help you. All right. So for you to be able to write your CV without lying, there needs to be something for you to build on, or at least be as close to the truth as possible. All right. Okay, good. So Big Dot Toms is saying, yeah, very right. People like cutting corners. Exactly. A lot of people like to cut corners, and it's not usually the best way. All right. I want you to do it right, and it is possible for you to do it right. All right. Please, very possible. All right. Now, I'm going to talk to you about CV writing. The first thing we have to talk about is this. For you to be able to write a good CV, you must have something to write. So, what kind of job are you looking to apply for? Sorry, hold on. Sorry, give me a second. Give me a second. Just 1 sec. I'll be right back. 1 second. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Sorry, I hope you guys are still here. All right. I just saw something that needed taken care of. All right. So, first of all, what kind of job are you looking to apply for or apply to? All right. Now, we usually focus on project management and business analysis, software testing. This is our area. All right. The reason why we focus on these roles is because, apart from the fact that it's our area of specialty, you can never run out of work with this profession. All right. Now, every project, every company in the UK, America, Canada, virtually all of them have new projects to deliver at one point or the other. Virtually all of them. There are projects world over. All right. That's one thing. And if you're a project manager or if you're a business analyst, you will never run out of work to do. Do you know why? Because projects deliver change. All right. And as long as companies continue to deliver change, you will definitely continue to need project managers and business analysts. Now, project managers are those individuals who can deliver things or work that has not been delivered before. Something that there is no way of, it hasn't been done before. It's the first time that it's been done because a project is always unique. And if a project is always unique, a project always brings about a change. And a project manager is someone who can go into a situation where he or she and no one has ever done that job before, and he will go there or she will go there and deliver that job. It's not easy. When a company wants to deliver a project, they know that if they get it wrong, they waste time, they will waste money, and they would not be able to get anything right. All right? And they don't want to waste time and money. So they bring in a project manager. And they say to this project manager, can you help us coordinate this new project we want to deliver? Help us plan it so that we save time and so that we save money, so that we don't go around in circles. All right. The project manager comes in. He hasn't done it before. Possibly hasn't even been in that company before. I've gone into companies where I have no clue. I have never had that experience before. I've delivered a project for Audi, Volkswagen Group, the company that owns Audi, the cars. I don't have a mechanical engineering degree. I don't know anything about cars manufacturing. I have no idea, but I went into that project because I'm a project manager and I have project management skills. Now, I use those skills to work with the team to deliver the project. I'm going to answer some questions later, but if you have questions, please don't leave it on the comment section. Use the question button below. If you're on YouTube, you can just type the questions up. But if you're on Instagram, please use the question button below so that later on I can come to the questions and answer all of them so that I don't have to do that. I'm here. All right, so please use because if you put it on your comments, I'll most likely miss it. All right, use the question buttons below, and I'll come back and answer the questions. All right, so they will call a project manager and say, come and help us. So I went into Volkswagen Group to deliver a project that I'd never delivered before. I've never worked with the team before. I don't even know what their company setup is like, but I'm a project manager and I know my skill set. So I get into the place and I deliver the project for them pronto. This is what a project manager is, because the skill set that you have as a project manager, the mechanical engineer does not have it. All right, the internal combustion engine guy doesn't have it. The marketing guy doesn't have it. All right, the one in HR doesn't have it. Only project managers that have it. And if you have it, then you can deliver projects for any organization, any sector, any industry. There's no restriction. No restriction. All right. If you're a business analyst, it's the same thing. You can deliver projects for every sector in the world, no restriction. All right. Now, if you have this skill set, which is number one, then you would now use that skill set, all right, to craft your CV. Okay. So the first things first is gaining that skill set. If you want to write a good project management or business analysis CV, there are certain things that recruiters will expect to see. And if they see these things, then they are confident enough that yes, this person is good, that person can handle it. There are basic, few bits that they need to see. And I'm going to talk about those bits, all right, so that you can understand. Because writing a CV without including them is just wasting your time. All right. So now, this is what we're going to start with. First of all, as a project manager or as a business analyst, if you want to write your CV, in fact, no, you know what? Let me do this first. I'll zoom down to project manager a bit. Let me just do this a generic type thing first of all. Now, to write a good CV, you need to start. The arrangement needs to be right. I've seen people who put their local government in their CV, put pictures in their CV, put their age in their CV, put their house address on their CV. All this stuff is rubbish. All right, rubbish. You should not have your house address there so people don't come and steal from you. You should not have your date of birth there. Nobody really cares. Especially in the UK, nobody cares about your age. You cannot discriminate against anybody because of their age for a job. You can't. Some people ask us, oh, somebody who is 50, can the person take your program? Is there still opportunity? Of course, even if you're 50, of course you can take the program. Of course you can get a job. There's no restriction. All right. So first of all, your CV needs to be arranged properly. So remove all that, local government, date of birth, where your town is and how old you are and all that, or your picture. Nobody cares. The only information that should be on the header of your CV is your name, your position, your email address, and your phone number. That's all. All right. Your name, your position. What position am I talking about? The position for the role you're applying for. And that position should be one. See, some of you that normally have 15 CVs, one CV as a chef, one CV as a project manager, one CV as a business analyst, one CV as a project manager / business analyst, one CV as a business analyst / software tester, one CV as a data analyst. Please stop all that nonsense. You are shooting yourself in the foot. All these CVs go to the same place and recruiters will see it. You cannot have one person in 50. If I ask you now what's your name, don't you have one name? If I ask you what you do, can't you tell me what you do? So you need to have just one CV that represents you, that represents all of your skill sets. One CV, not 2 or 3. If I want to apply for a project manager job, this is my project manager CV. This is my business analysis CV. Don't do that. All right. That will just be you shooting yourself in the foot. Don't even go there. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the arrangement. So you're going to have one CV, one arrangement. Remember, guys, if there's someone who you think needs to join us, please tag them or invite them to this live. You can share the live on your page if you want to also, please. I'll be very grateful. Okay, so one CV, one arrangement. What do we do? First things first, we would have what we call our profile, our personal profile. All right, your personal profile should be about, give or take, maybe 8 lines in the beginning of your CV. So you have in your header section, you have in your header section, you have your name, your position. If that position or your title, your job title is project manager, you have that at the top. That's who you are. I'm a project manager. I'm a business analyst, or I'm a project manager / business analyst. It's very possible to have a hybrid position. So your name and your title, then your email address and your phone number. On the email address side, one advice I'm going to give you: let your email address be very simple. All right, OJ underscore Babs, thank you so much for tagging someone. Thank you. Your email address should be really simple. If your name, as an example I gave before, if your name is Femi Bajabiamila, don't go and write on your CV femi.bajabiamila@yahoo.com. Spelling that Bajabiamila, anybody can even make a mistake doing it. Too stressful. Go simple. Or your name is Ugo Chinyere Nzemadwekwe, and the name is just very long. That is your name. Be proud of it, but it doesn't need to be Ugo Chinyere Nzemadwekwe on your CV .yahoo.com. No, it's going to be long. All right. So what you need to do is to have a simple, clearly concise CV email address. All right. Don't go for those ones that you used when you were in secondary school. Tracy Chick, baby boy at yahoo.com. All right. Sexy girl at don't do that. Not necessary. It is a professional CV. You cannot have names that are email addresses that are not professional in the way it looks. Okay. I'm not saying, I don't know if a recruiter will look at email address and say, I don't want to talk to this person. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, we don't want to find out either. Okay? So have a simple professional CV, femi.bams maybe at yahoo.com, or femi2024@yahoo.com, or Jane at Mary, or Jane Mary at whatever. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. So if someone looks at the email address, easy for them to pick it up, easy for them to email you, easy for them not to make a mistake. Just keep it simple. All right? Keep it very simple. That's number one. So you have your name, John, Mary, and then you now have your title, project manager / business analyst. Again, if you want to leave questions, please leave questions use the question box, so I can always come back to the questions later. Don't leave your questions in the comment section, I might miss them. Now, once you have your name, your title, your email address, and your phone number settled at the top, the header, done. The next thing is now your personal profile. Now, this personal profile should not have suggestions. No, should not have your ideas of who you are. No. It should have facts. All these, I'm a team player, I'm self-motivated, I'm self-motivated, hardworking, determined. That's just you and what you think about yourself. All useless when it comes to CV. Useless. Nobody. How can I verify that you are a team player? How can I verify that you are a hard worker? How can I verify that you are self-motivated? You can be the most depressed person in the world, and you're coming here to tell me you're self-motivated. How will I know? If you want Chika Dibia, please leave your question use the question box so I can get back to them when I want to look at questions. All right. KG1, thank you so much for tagging someone. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. So so how do I verify that you are a team player? How do I verify that you are a hard worker? I can't verify any of those things. This is just you and what you think of yourself, which has nothing to do with my decision to call you for the job. Because if you say that you're a team player, you are saying it. You might as well say you are Jesus Christ. How will I know? So forget all those ones. Scrap them. Those are not facts. And you cannot have things that are not facts on your personal statement. Your personal statement should be made up of facts only. And I'll explain how that works. For example, if you attend our program, you're going to learn Prince 2 project delivery methodology. You are going to learn PMP project delivery methodology. You are going to learn Agile project delivery methodology. You are going to learn Scrum, which is a project delivery framework. These are pillars. They are like 3 or 4 pillars. All right, Iris_Chronicles. Thank you so much for tagging someone. These are 4 pillars under which you will build your project experience. And anybody who is a project manager or any recruiter would know that you need to know these things. So if you're not even on your CV, I've already started feeling. So we are going to train you on these 4 pillars. Whether you want to be a project manager, whether you want to be a business analyst, whether you want to be a scrum master, whether you want to be a product owner or product manager, it doesn't matter. These 4 pillars is what your entire training is going to be built upon. Now, when you're starting your CV, and you write, I am a Prince 2 and agile professional, bam, facts. Which means you're giving them two facts. So you know Prince 2 delivery, you know agile delivery, facts. I am a Prince 2, not I am self-motivated. Nobody can verify that you are self-motivated. Waste of time. Okay? I am a Prince 2 and agile practitioner or professional. Okay, good. You are not saying I have certificates. That's not what you're saying. You are saying you're a Prince 2 and agile professional, which means you know Prince 2 and you know agile. And that statement is completely true. Has nothing to do with certificates. I'm not saying I am a Prince 2 and agile certified. No, it doesn't even matter, because you can go and write those exams and you still not know how to use it anyway. Many of you have Prince 2 qualification, you have PMP certification, you have agile certification, but if I put you on a project now and give you a Scrum team and say go, you won't even know what to do at all, because you haven't done it before. So it's not about those certifications. Put those ones in one corner. Now, you've given them facts. I am a Prince 2 and agile professional with 5 years experience in project planning, requirement gathering, managing sprints, managing changes. You are giving facts. Again, latitude_plus. Thank you so much for tagging someone. Thank you. I appreciate that. You are giving more facts. Okay? You've said initially Prince 2 and agile professional. You have now said that you have 5 years experience, good, in project planning, requirement gathering, stakeholder management, change management. You are now listing these skill sets that any recruiter or hiring manager would know that if you are a project manager or a BA or Scrum Master, you need to have this skill set. So you are beginning to see these bits. Otuke_Johnson, thank you so much. Thank you for tagging people. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. You are beginning to see, the recruiter is beginning to get an idea of who you are. Nobody wants to know your local government. What they want to know is the skill that you have. So you are giving them facts that can be verified when they speak to you. All right. So you have said, I am a Prince 2 and agile practitioner, all right, with 5 years experience in project planning, requirement gathering, change management, risk management within the IT, financial services, and healthcare sectors. So you have also talked about the skills you have. I talked about the sectors in which you have practiced those skills. Remember, even if the first time you've done it is with us on our training, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if you have never done risk management before, you don't know anything about Scrum, you only learned all these things while you are with us, it's fine. Because I will tell you how you can still put that 5 years work experience legally without feeling like you're lying to anybody. No. All right. Now, you've given them facts. You've told them that you have Prince 2 and agile experience. You've told them you have 5 years working experience. You've told them you have all of these skill sets, change management, risk management, and all that. You've told them the sectors that you've worked in. I am a Prince 2 and agile professional with 2 years or 5 years experience in change management, risk management, project planning, stakeholder management within the healthcare, IT, and financial services sector. So, excuse me. Within the healthcare, IT, and financial services sector, having worked with a team of 6 or 10 people on a project budget of £50,000, £100,000, £1 million. Is that beginning to make sense? Everything I've talked about are verifiable facts. Facts of what they want to hear, facts of what they can ask you about. Excuse me. Facts of what they can ask you about. You see, none of that, I'm a team player, I'm self-motivated, I'm this, I'm that. None of that. So, oh gosh, what's wrong with me? I need to be able to talk. And if I can't talk, you're not here to stare at my face. So, what's that? Okay. Maybe I need tea. I don't know. Maybe something warm. Thank you. Okay. So, these are verifiable facts. And the thing about these facts is that you need to know them. Because when you are called, you need to talk about them. And if you, thank you very much, I appreciate it. And if you don't know them, you cannot talk about them. All right. So, first of all, you need to know them. Please, there is no cutting corners. You need to invest in yourself to have necessary skills that will go into your CV and make it look good. All right. You need to do that. All right. It's not about just having a CV that somebody helped you write, or somebody made up for you, or somebody did that for you. It's not that. Let the CV be genuine. Let it be real. Let it be true. And I promise you, you will succeed. But when you write it well, you see, some of you might have this skill set, but you might not even know how to write it in the way that I've just mentioned now. All right. Latitude_plus, thank you so much again for tagging. So you might not even have the skill set to write it in the way that I just talked about now. And when you finish writing all that 6 years experience with in this and this and that, and in this sector, that sector, work with a team of this and these people with a project budget of so and so, you are now trying to end it with, let's say, looking for an opportunity to blah blah blah. Now this is where people now do one nonsense mistake that I just hope they will stop doing. Some people always write on their CV, they're seeking an opportunity where they can grow. I'm thinking, who is hiring you for you to come and grow in the organization? No. People hire you because you are a professional, because you have a skill set that can help them solve their problem, not for you to come and grow. So when you're seeking an organization where you can grow, I'm thinking, I don't understand. This is not a school. If you want to grow, go to school. Go and get yourself trained. But coming for work, you are coming to give them. Your mindset should change. You are getting into an organization so that you can make an impact and help them deliver change, help them drive change. I'm coming to help you. That's what your CV should be ending with on that personal profile. I'm coming to help you. That's what it should say. Don't say it that way anyway. So that is the mindset. You're seeking for an organization where you will be able to demonstrate your ability to help them drive and deliver change projects. That's what you are coming to do. They're not coming to come and grow. So if you're not on your CV, please scratch it out. No one pays you to come and grow. All right? Now, your personal profile is done. Simple. Straight to the point. Look, many times recruiters have called me after just listening to my personal profile or reading my personal profile. They just call me and they say, oh, Henry, I just saw your CV now. I have this position, blah, blah, blah. Have you worked in this area before? And I was like, yeah, I have. If you look down on my CV, if you look at my CV, you will see that this job in this place. Oh, yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm just, because they just saw my personal profile and they got wild and they just called immediately. They haven't even looked at the entire CV, just that personal profile first. Journalists, thank you so much for tagging someone. So that personal profile is key. All right, you have that locked down. Once you have that personal profile done, the next stage, the next section of your CV, CVs are in sections. Okay, the next section of your CV would be, let's say, what do I normally put in the next section? I can put my skills in the next section. So in that next section, I'll say project management and business analysis skills. Now, I'm now drawing it down now, the skill set that I have, my skills, what you're now paying me for, all right? I'll now do 1, project planning. I use XYZ software to plan projects and ensure that projects are delivered using this plan and my milestones are all captured. 2, requirement gathering, eliciting requirements and documenting requirements using XYZ, ensuring that requirements are properly documented and delivery is done or appropriately. 3, change management. All right, use a change register and a change log to manage changes and to access the impact assessment on every change before the change is sent or before the change can be approved or rejected. Four, risk management, another skill. Use my risk register to ensure that risks are being captured, that the probability and impact of the risk are captured, severity and mitigation all captured and followed accordingly. You now have 6, stakeholder management. Ensure that all stakeholders within the project are appropriately categorized and managed to ensure that communication goes across every stakeholder in due manner. You list out all of the project management skills. Don't give more than 8 different skills. Some of what I'm talking about, some of you have no idea what I'm talking about, and they are so simple. So simple. Because once the recruiter looks at your personal profile, they now come and look at your skill set. You've just listed the skill set, but you have sort of given a small summary of how you've done it. All right? And they're like, nice. Good skill sets. Then after that skill set, what now do you now add next section? Remember, first section, personal profile. Next section, your project management and business analysis skills. Then after that, you now have your education as the next, education and certificate qualification. At that point, you put your most recent one first. If it's a master's degree or a BSc, or you just put that there. Nobody wants to know if you made a 2-2 or even a 2-1. No need. Unless you made a first class, then you can put it there. BSc economics first class, maybe. But the good thing about project management and BA, nobody cares about what you studied in school. Even if you studied drama in school, it doesn't matter. Microbiology, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. What they care about is what you can do. Your degree is just there to show that yes, you have some, you've done higher, you have some higher education degree. Doesn't mean that they want to look at what you studied in uni before they can hire you. It's not true. Not true. I have seen people who studied English literature, and today they are IT project managers. Yes. So it doesn't matter. You have your education. Now, please don't start telling us what you did in primary school or your university. This is what you write. University. Ile-Ife University, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria, Africa, West Africa. No time for all of that. Just put the university. All right? Or secondary school. Big boys and girls primary and secondary school in Fege Onitsha. Nobody has that time. I did geology, biology, chemistry. What kind of nonsense CV is that? You don't need to do all of that. Just put the degree you have first. BSc economics -- University of Greenwich or -- University of Nigeria Nsukka -- Bafemi Awolowo University Nigeria. Whatever. Simple. BSc economics this. That's all. BSc economics Kingston. Finish. All right? And then if you have any sort of certification or qualification, you can put them there. Prince 2 Foundation, this. You can put all of that there. But again, to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter. They are not looking for your certifications. It's good to have. If you have them, put them there. But believe me, nobody will hire you because of that. Because when you look at my own CV, you don't see any certification. You see my degree. That's what you see. All right? But again, nobody has stopped calling me for jobs. I mean, when I was still, actively delivering projects, for company, when I was still consulting as an individual. All right? So no. Now, you have your education there. The next thing I want you to do is your IT skills. It's important. Your IT skills. Because at this point, you have to tell us the software that you can use. All right? These IT skills do not contain things like Jira, Azure DevOps, Trello, Basecamp, Figma. You list out all of the software that you know how to use. All right? Again, that's not a big deal because you can get into a company and let's say you use Microsoft Project, but they use project.com in their company. If you don't use Microsoft project.com will not be that difficult for you to use. So you have to just don't worry too much about that area, but you need to have something in IT skills. And please, when you write IT skills, don't go and write Google Chrome, all right, Safari browser. I'm thinking, what's that? I've seen it before. Firefox browser. Oh God. I'm wondering what is the relationship with your IT skills and how to use Google browser, Google Chrome. At that level, is that what we're talking about? Are you trying to get in for a job are you trying to get into secondary school? That's when it's impressive. when you are going to secondary school, you say you know how to use Google Chrome. Then it's important. Not when you are trying to get a job, a project manager job. You are saying that part of your IT skill is Google Chrome and Firefox browser, Internet Explorer browser. I've seen that before. I don't know what to say. Well, please remove all of that. When you come on our program, part of what we're going to teach you how to use different software that are relevant for project delivery. All right. Once you know the software and you know how to use them, it will go Google Workspace. Fine. Yeah, it will go onto your CV. All right. So very important. All right. So yes, Google Workspace. Yes. You know, Zoom is not really a big deal anymore because everyone knows how to use Zoom. Okay. So all right. So you have that. All that should take up the first page of your CV. First page. All right, of your CV. Now, yes, if you want to leave questions, please use the question button at the bottom of this live on Instagram, and I'll be very happy to answer those questions. If you leave them on the comment section, I might miss them. So please use that because I won't answer questions now, I'll answer questions later. So please use the questions button so that I'm sure the questions are there, and I can come back to the questions in the next few minutes and begin to answer all of them. All right. Now, all of that should be on your first page. All right. You have your name, your contact details, your name, your position, email address, and phone number. That's there. Then you now have your personal profile. I've talked about how to write your personal profile. If you missed it, when the live is over, I'll save it and you can go back and you can listen to it again. And then once you finish your personal profile, you have your skills, your project management and business analysis skills. Write down all the skill sets you have. All right. If you have a project management and BA skills, write it down. If you have data analysis skills, have another section for data analysis skills. Do all of that. When you finish, put your education and training. When you finish, you do your IT skills. All of that, naturally, I prefer to take the first page of your CV. First page, all of that information. So be concise. Don't just waste time. All right. Now, after that, you now go to your second page. From that second page, that's where you now have your work experience. Now, all this myth about your CV should be 2 pages or 3 pages is a lie, a big lie. I think my CV, by the time, as at 2018, my CV was about 11 pages or so. Because the first page is a summary of my skills. Then the rest is now my work experience. And I cannot cut my work experience short because you want to have 2 CVs, 2-page CVs. No. So I had about 11 pages. It was unbelievable because I was detailed about the things I did in that place, what I achieved in that place, the problems I solved in that area, and all of that. So again, your CV might not be up to that. Don't worry. 3-4 pages is fine. All right. 3 pages is even okay. 4 pages is fine. But the idea that it must be 2 is not true. That is for people that back then, when you are coming out of university, about 20 years ago, they tell you have to have 2-page CV. Forget that. All right, that's not relevant right now. So from your second page, you now have your work experience. Now, the way you arrange your work experience is very simple. You would have what comes first? The company that you've worked for. Let's say that company is called the BBC. Okay, BBC. All right, that's called the British Broadcasting. Is it broadcasting? BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation or something. I don't know if it's broadcasting. Now, you have the BBC on your CV first. That's the job, the company. Then at the BBC, what were you? Below that, oh no, this is what you do. BBC, you now put the dates from 2000 to dates, because that's your most current role. Or you put John Ibrahim and Sons Limited from 2001 till date. So put the company name and then the dates adjacent to it. All right. Then directly underneath the company name, you now have your title, which is what you did in that company. Project manager. All right. Now let's say it's Almond. You say Almond Careers from these dates, maybe January 2022 till dates. All right. Now again, you don't put Almond Careers on your CV for reference, so please. I'm just using an example. All right. Almond Careers, January 2022 till dates. Underneath, project manager. That was the role you were there. Then underneath that project manager, I have what I call summary. In that summary, I want to now say what I did for that company. The summary is about 2 or 3 lines only. At the BBC, I manage a team of 3 people to deliver a project around this and this and that within 3 to 6 months. Something simple like that. Just to give them an idea. All right. Now, if you come on our program and you work on one of our projects, which means you are going to have, let's say, project manager summary, work with a team of 10 people to deliver a project for a client around XYZ. The project lasted for 4 months, and this and this and this are what we did. So you just 2-line summary. Then after that, you now do your responsibility. Your responsibility now takes up everything you now did. Planned the project, manage risk, manage issues. Those are the skill sets that you wrote earlier on. You're now expounding them as per how you did it within that company. You write the skill set, just maybe 2 lines for each point. 2 lines for each point. Finish. About 5, 6, 7 points, you are fine for that particular job. Then you go to the next job and follow the same process. Now, let me give you one secret. Some people, not only do they struggle about how to write their CV, they struggle about the kind of words to use on their CV. And this is a big challenge, I agree with you. The thing is this, once you're on our program, you would already have interacted with a lot of words, a lot of terminologies already, so that using them on your CV will not be difficult. All right? But if you haven't done any of that before, you won't even know any of these words. Even if you see them, they will look like Greek to you, and you can't even put them down. I'll tell you how to overcome that challenge of words. I'll tell you how to overcome that challenge, because it's a big deal. Because you won't know the words, you're like, which word do I use? And you're just stuck. Very, very easy way of solving that problem. I'll tell you how to do it. Very easy. Now, but before that, I just want to thank everybody who has been recommending people, tagging us. We have people who have come to us based on recommendations that you've made. Thank you so much. God bless you. I've seen people's lives being changed because of recommendations that people made. Thank you so very much. I promise you, anyone you recommend to Almond, we will take care of them, we will work with them, and we will ensure that we'll give them the best ever. What you are doing here, it's your life you are investing in. It's your future you are investing in. Because if you know it well, nobody can take it away from you. Nobody can take away from you what you know. Do you understand? You're not cheating. You are learning. You are knowing it. You are learning by doing. This hands-on work experience is not just reference on your CV. It's you working on a real project to give you that experience. So if you go somewhere else, you know what to do. We have candidates in the UK who were doing security work before, care work before. Today, they are project managers, they are business analysts making £400 a day, £500 a day, £50,000 a year, £60,000 a year. We've seen it. But before that, they did security for 5 years. I've seen people in Nigeria who have lived in this country, worked in this country, and now they are living in the US, they are living in the UK, they are living in Canada. They've gotten jobs and they've migrated. I've seen it happen. What you know, nobody can take away from you. So that is why we focus on making sure you know. Because once you know it, that's it. That's it. Rukaya Abdul, thank you so much for tagging. Thank you so much for tagging people. Thank you. So we focus on making sure you know. All right? That's the value. Our next session is going to be starting this Saturday, the 21st of January. That's the last session for January. Listen, our program takes 5 months. All right, to finish. It's for the first 8 weeks, you would learn project management, business analysis, and Scrum. You don't need to choose where to go. Leo_Simisola, thank you so much for tagging, for inviting someone. You don't need to think, where should I go? Should I do project management? Should I do BA? Should I do Scrum? You don't need to bother about any of that. For the first 8 weeks, we will train you on all of this area. Project management, business analysis, and Scrum. We will train you on all of it for the first 8 weeks. After the first 8 weeks, you now decide where you want to now focus on. These 8 weeks classes happen on Saturdays. Each Saturday is 3.5 hours. The one starting on the 21st of January, that class starts by 9 a.m. It will run from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. It will run that way for 8 Saturdays. During the week, you would have sessions maybe on Tuesday and Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. for just 1 hour. Those sessions will teach you how to use some software, teach you how to have some extra skill set. Those ones will happen in the evening, and they continue happening every evening. Every of those times, maybe Tuesday and Thursday, they happen every week for about throughout the 5 months you're going to be on this project. And they repeat. So if you miss any session, you can always get a recording of that session, or you can join it again after a month. But the Saturday classes, those ones are fixed, 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. this Saturday, 21st of January, when we're starting that session. Don't procrastinate. If you want to do this, don't be sitting on the fence. Let's get on with it. Jordan_Global Services, thank you for inviting so many people. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. So we would do all of that for 8 weeks. Once that is done, and please, if you're not following our page, follow our page so that we can give you more updates. This is our backup page. Our main page is still, we're having problems with it and we're talking to Instagram. But please follow this page so they can always get updates from us, please. All right, I'd appreciate that. Now, for the first 8 weeks, you are done in that area. Then the next 3 months is where you will now have to start your project work. At that point, you now say, okay, I have done project management, I've done business analysis, I've looked at Agile Scrum, I prefer project management, or I prefer business analysis. Now, at that point, you now choose, because now you have a better idea of what they entail. So you now choose and now carry on from there. So choosing at the start doesn't matter, just start. All right. After 8 weeks, you now have enough information to now choose where you want to focus on, and that's where you now focus on the project, and then we will now guide you all the way through. After the 3 months project is done, that skill set will get onto your CV. Once it gets onto your CV, we'll help you upgrade your CV. You should show you how to apply, start applying. Once you get a call for an interview, you let us know. We'll prepare you for the interview. You go to the interview, you get the job. We'll give you references to back up what you've done. All right? Simple. It's a simple process and it's not difficult, I promise you. All right? Once you start, you will see. All right? Now, having said that, let me now tell you the easiest way to be able to use the right words in your CV. You see these jobs you're applying for. Many of them have already told you what they're looking for. We're looking for somebody who has XYZ skill. They are looking for somebody who has ABC skill. These skills have been written somewhere. Our full package you can find on our website, or you can DM, or if you say DM on Instagram, we would respond with what we do, how the program works. But if you go on our website, almondcareers.com, you'll see our programs there. All right. Now, these jobs you're applying for, they have written the skill set they are looking for. The job description, yes. In the job description, they've written what they're looking for. That job description is effectively all you need to write up your own CV. That's all. Because those are the jobs you're applying for. They've written the job description of what they want. Just take it. Take those job description and use those same words to write your own roles and responsibilities within the places that you worked. Finish. It's the easiest thing to do. Easiest thing to do. Now, apart from that, the job, let's say you've never had no experience in project management or BA before coming on to Almond, and we have now trained you. You now need to look at your previous roles and adapt them. There is a way we do it. We can adapt all those roles telling the truth. Even if they are not project-related roles, we can still adapt all of them. Very true. We can adapt them. All right? So I can't give everything here. We have about 12 minutes to end the live, and I still have to answer questions. There are a few questions piling up. I'll answer those questions before we go. But again, there are very many ways to be able to handle all this. You can build a stellar CV. Because your CV is the first thing that they will see. If your CV looks great, then they call you. If they call you and you don't mess up, then you're on your way for an interview. If you go to the interview and you do well, then you're on your way to the job. Let me answer some questions. How much to register? So that's the first question. So our program is £599. Anywhere you are in the world, it is £599. But if you are in Nigeria, because people in Nigeria find it difficult to get hold of pounds or dollar, we give them an option to pay in naira, all right, which is 442,000 naira. Okay. How soon is the next batch for software testing? We had a batch that just started last week, all right, so it will probably be another 5 or 6 weeks before you have another software testing class. But if you want to join the one that started last week for software testing alone, I think you can still do that. Yeah. My question is, do we actually do a project together on a team with Almond? You do, all right, because you need to gain work experience, and to gain work experience, you need to work on a project. So Your class might be 30, 40 people, it doesn't matter, it's just a class. But when it comes to the project delivery, we have to group all of you into teams. So you have about 10 people in your team. You and these 10 people, they are not all in the same place. Some of them are in America, some are in the UK, some are in Nigeria, some might be in Europe, doesn't matter. Canada, all right? So you and the 10 people in your team will now be given a project. You will be managed by one of our program managers who is our staff, who owns that project, but the person will need to guide you guys to deliver the project. So all of you will start working on that project from the beginning, when it's just an idea on paper, to the end when it's a physical product the client can use. So that once you have done it, you've done what we call an end-to-end project delivery. Now you know how to deliver projects. And what we teach you and what we give you and the processes we tell you to follow, believe me, go anywhere in the world, they will hold. I put together this program out of my experience and the experience of those who have worked with me. We've delivered projects for the BBC 3-4 times, delivered projects for Tesco, delivered projects for Virgin Holidays, for Sky in the UK. We've delivered projects for Audi, Volkswagen Group, Momondo. I've delivered projects for loads of worked with Microsoft, worked with Samsung. We've delivered projects across the board. What we are giving you, take it. We have the experience, we have the skill set, we have done it before. It's not something we've read in a textbook, it's something we've done. Trust it, use it. We don't focus on certifications because certifications have no bearing in you getting the job. Nobody will call you for a job and say, oh, show me your certifications. No. I have delivered projects for over 10 years and nobody has ever asked me for my BSc degree certification or my Prince 2 certification or my Agile certification. I don't even have any Agile certification. But nobody has ever asked me for any of that. It's good to have if you want to have, but please remove your mind from certification. It is a lie that is what you need to get a job. It's not true. All right? It's not true. Work experience is all that matters. Please, okay, which one is it? I asked about the next software tester because they said we can join until we complete. Yes. So if you're a current student of Harmon, you cannot do the software tester class if you want to do this as an add-on. You can't do it until you finished your 8 weeks classes. So for those of you who are current students, you can do software tester for very cheap. All right. We want to give it to you so you can gain additional skills because you never know what to give you that job. All right. But that you can do only after you finish 8 sessions. So it will be sometime in February for the next software tester session. All right. Please, is this email okay? I'm not sure what email that is. I haven't seen any email. But again, just follow what I've said. I'm sure it will be fine. Eesh. Let me see. Questions. Okay. Please, is the registration still on to join the January program? Yes. We still have a few slots for the session starting on the 21st of January, which is this Saturday, this coming Saturday. We have a few slots. You can register for that session still. All right. Okay, that's fine. The email address is fine. onyetalks@gmail.com. It's fine. It's fine. No problem. All right, that sounds very good. Totally very creative email. Please, do you teach it skills or IT skills maybe in your program? Of course. As part of your project delivery, you have to learn how to use different software. We'll teach you how to use them. Don't worry. They're not that difficult. All right. Is there room for payments in installments? Yes. So you can pay half of the fees to register and start, and the balance you pay in 4 weeks' time. That's the only installment option we have. I want to ask, please, Mr. Henry, I am still running my BSc cert. I want to know, can I run the program? Now, the longer the work experience you have in your CV, the better for you. If you're in your final year in your BSc, then yes, you should start. Not at the end of your final year, in the beginning of your final year. Yes, you can start. Why am I saying this? We have candidates who have secured jobs even before they graduated. Definitely. All right? Because you can't do what everybody else does. Start early, gain the experience. All right? If you're in Nigeria and you have to finish your BSc, then go and do NYSC. What I would say is start during your NYSC years. As you go into your NYSC, start. So that by the time you finish your NYSC, you've had 1 year of dealing with all of this, which is great. If you're in the UK or America or anywhere else outside Nigeria where nobody cares about NYSC, then it will make sense for you to start in the beginning of your final year. So you can get on with the tough classes, the tough areas before you go into your final year project. All right. And by the time you are rounding up, you are going straight into a job. There was a woman who came to our training. She was a stay-home mom for 8 years. We trained her. She got a job as an IT business analyst. She went and started working. When her son got to BSc, in his internship, she brought the son to come and do his internship with us. By the time this guy graduated, he got a job with a consultancy company about a month or two after he graduated from university. While his mates were still looking for work, he was already working for a consultancy company because of the experience he gained from us. So it's on his CV. Very easy. All right. Can I use certificates to apply for work permit in Canada? I don't know what you mean, but there's no certificate you can use to apply for work permit in Canada. Our candidates who have gone to Canada to work have usually finished our program, used the work experience they get from us to apply for sponsorship jobs in Canada, and they've gone to Canada based on sponsorship. Yes. Some of them have also gone from the UK, from Nigeria to the UK based on sponsorship, not with certification. They finish the program, they apply, they get a sponsorship job, they get the job, the company sends them papers for their visa, they process the visa, they travel, they go and work. And you can bring your family along also if you have a family. Not your brother or sisters, or husband, wife, children. Software testing is, I think, 216,000, I think, if it's in Naira. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. But the flyer should be up there on our page. All right. I'm not sure about professional exams you can write for software testing. As I usually say, we really don't focus on certification. You don't know how much we don't focus on certification. If you know, you'll be shocked. Because we do not focus. We don't even want to know. Because it's not our field, not our area. There are a lot of companies out there that focus on certifications. You can speak to them, you can Google them, you can find them. We stay on our path and we hit that path hard. All right? So not sure. When is the next batch? That's this Saturday, 21st of January, 9 a.m. UK time. That's the next time it starts. Okay, so that's all of the questions. All right, guys, I just want to thank you guys so much for recommending people. Again, I can't stop thanking those that recommend. Please recommend us, please. Because if there are a lot of people who've gotten jobs and they don't even say, they just go away peacefully. Last week during the live, a lady came there and said she got a job on the live, and we are very grateful, that she shared that publicly. But I will say to you guys, please, for those of you who have succeeded, encourage other people by sharing your story. That will be really helpful. Another thing again is, for those of you who are, you're not sure whether or not to do this, listen. What I'll say to you is this: the opportunities are there, the jobs are there. They are there. It does not require connection, doesn't require somebody to connect with something. Just gain the skill, understand it, and let us guide you on how to get them. It is very, very, very possible. All right. It's not difficult at all. It's not difficult. Business analysis, project management is not hard. You can do it. What we're talking about here is not, see, look, maybe you are okay. Maybe you like your job, you like where you are, you don't want to move. But there's someone else who is not happy with where they are, thinking that this is very difficult for them to do, thinking that they might not be able to hack it. Recommend them to us. Let us work, or recommend us to them. Let us work with them. I promise you, you would not regret the fact that you did so. You would not regret the fact that you did so. All right. So for those of you who are looking to kick off, this Saturday, the 21st of January, we'll be starting a new session. Thank you very much for listening. Please join our follow our page so that I can give you a bit more updates. All right. We're very, very happy to be able to work with you guys. Make sure that you get what you're looking for. Thank you so much. Please don't give up. Please have the right mindset. Send us a DM if you have any questions. We'll respond to your questions. If not this evening, tomorrow. But we'll try and respond this evening. But if not, we'll respond tomorrow. All right. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for listening. Please share this live video with anybody who you think might be listening. Share on your wall. Let us have as many people as possible listen. You never know who you can help. I've had families fight, argue because of job, because of money, because of one thing or the other. They come on our training, they get a good job, the argument stops. I've seen it many times. Sometimes I wonder if we do marriage counseling here. I've seen it many times. People becking at each other, upset with each other, disappointed with each other. It's just because of job, just because of money. And when that problem is solved, life becomes better. You don't know whose life you are helping by recommending us to them, so that we can work with them, help them, And I promise you, you will not regret the fact that you did so. Thank you. Thank you so very much, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye bye.